All right, hello and welcome. This is our Fit Essentials intermediate level class. My name is Shauna. I'll be guiding you through this session. If you're wearing the B3 bands, last time we started without the air and added midway. This time we added air just before we started hitting record. So if you're on the recording or you're just joining us live, go ahead, take a moment, add your air. And then we're going to start down on the floor today with some glute bridge work and some mobility for the low back. And then we will be doing some side plank work. So if some of you aren't comfortable doing side plank from the floor, you can always do it elevated against a wall, against a couch or table, look a little bit something like this, but I'm going to be demoing everything from the floor today. So make that choice for yourself when that time comes. All righty. So let's go ahead and come on down. You're going to come onto your back to get started. We got Bruce joining us right outside the window today. Good to have him. All right, go ahead and come onto your back when you're ready. We're going to start by hugging those legs in and just gently rock your body side to side, loosening up that low back. We call this our double kneaded chest. As long as everything's feeling nice and loose there, we'll go a little bit deeper into that spinal twist. You'll take your arms out to the side. Imagine you're a scarecrow lying on the ground, about 90 degrees at the elbows. And then when you're ready, go ahead and take both legs to one side, having your head look over the opposite shoulder. Nice and smooth. And then sweep the legs across. As the legs come to the opposite side, you're going to turn that head and neck. Just let your body sink into that twist gently. And when you're ready, you'll sweep the knees back across. Get about 2 to 3 touches on either side. Fantastic. We'll take about another 20 seconds here. And then we're going to get ready to start some glute bridge. So make sure you even yourself out both directions. And then once you even yourself out, place the feet right about hip width apart. If you need to readjust those shoulders back and down, have a nice broad chest position. And then whenever you're ready, we're going to begin the bridge portion. You'll start by drawing your abdomen in, by pushing that low back into the floor, and then just nice and gentle to get moving here. Start to raise the hips up. You don't have to force anything, just a gentle bridge, and then relax back down. Keeping the full foot planted, and then this is our rhythm. Raise the hips back up. Think about lengthening through that low back. I like to hold at the top, especially these first few reps here, and then gradually taking it down. So our first of 3 sets, we're going to go another 30 seconds on the bridge, and then we're going to be coming onto our side for some side plank work. Breathing out as you raise the hips, breathing in as you gently lower. And with every rep, our whole goal here is to wake up and activate those muscles in the back of our body. Our glutes get a little dormant during the day, our hamstrings sometimes don't get a lot of focus. Last one here. And gradually come on down. Fantastic. Once you finish that, let's go ahead and roll over onto your side. Let's have your left side first. Moving into some side planks next. If you do want to do that elevated version that I showed you, you're welcome to do that. We're going to make sure we tuck that elbow in so it's stacked right underneath the shoulders, either on the knees or feet extended. Here we go. Coming on up. Hips and shoulders square. Another way, if you don't want to have both knees down, is that you can keep that top leg straight and bend the lower knee. So if the feet feel too much, you can just bend that lower knee, shoulders square. We're halfway through. 30 seconds is the goal. Anytime you come back in, that's lifting up out of that downside shoulder. And 2, 1, take a rest. Swing it over, same thing, other side. Fantastic. Remember to protect that shoulder first. Sometimes people will really put it out wide. So tuck it in, either bottom knee bent or both legs extended. And here we go. Up and forward. My top arm here, for right now, I have it raised straight up. I kind of like that position. It helps me to ensure those shoulders are lined up over each other. You're also welcome to rest it at your side, hand on the hip. We're halfway through. Great job, folks. Good position. Nice, Diane. Yep, lifting up. Looks great, Kathy. 5 seconds left. 2, 1, and rest. Beautiful. Taking it down and return to your back. We'll take a little transition here. If you want to loosen that low back once again, hugging those legs in, rocking side to side. Getting ready for round 2 of those bridges. All righty. Feet flat on the ground, got hip width apart, nice broad chest. And when you're ready, you'll start to pulse those hips up and down. The low back's feeling strong and mobile today. Maybe you start to move a little bit faster this round. A little bit more of a rhythm on that pulse. Breathing out on the up, breathing in on the down. And as much as we're focused on that back half of the body, also a great time to work on that lower core, all those smaller pelvic muscles of the body. Engage, wake them up. Halfway through, we want to watch so those knees don't start to dive in. So push that big toe down at the same time you're pushing through the heel. That's going to help activate those inner thighs, keep those knees nice and wide. Fantastic. I'm looking at the screen, but ideally you want to have your head nice and neutral, avoiding any kind of pinching sensation in the front of the hips or low back. Almost to that minute. 2, 1, and rest. Fantastic. All right, round 2 of 3 for our side planks, making your way onto your left side. Tucking that arm in. Getting ready to come up in 3, 2, 1, and here we go. If you're someone that's feeling strong in your side planks, you're able to go unbroken for that 30 seconds from your feet. You can start to add some difficulty with the rotations, reaching that top arm under, really focus to hold the spine stable, hips high. If you're doing those rotations, get a little smile when you come back to the top. Almost there. Those hips lifted, shoulders stacked over each other in that top position. And 3, 2, 1, switch it up. Swing it around, same thing, second side. Doing great, everybody. Hold that elbow in, coming back up, and here we go. Side 2. Remember, you have that option. If you did the rotations on your first side, go ahead and work them on this side as well. I like to breathe in as I reach under, breathing out as I come back through. Nice. Fantastic. 10 seconds to go. Continue to lift up out of that downside shoulder. Sometimes we start to shrug into it. And transition. Beautiful job. Last time on the glute bridge. If you want to add some difficulty to that bridge this round, you can turn it into a march. What's that going to look like? You'd hold the hips up the whole time, and then you would march one leg at a time. That would be your advanced option, or just stick with what we've been working. You go ahead and start, or we'll all start together for that minute here in 5 seconds. 2, 1, here we go. So either just like we did on the first 2, or if you are doing that march, the upper body becomes involved a little bit more, where I'm really bracing through the backs of my arms, driving those hands down. Help really encourage that level hip position as you march. Head and neck nice and neutral. If you ever start to experience like a little pinch in that low back, try bringing the hips down a little bit, or just come all the way down for a break. That's our halfway point now, 30 seconds left. Good, continue to breathe, maybe just a gentle smile as you move. Give that all the good you're causing for your body, strengthening it. 10 seconds to go, friends. Strong work. 2, 1, and pause. Good job. Let's give one more double knee to chest before we roll it over for those side planks. Fantastic. It's our third and final round. All right, let's get into position. Making your way back to the side planks. We'll start here in 10 seconds. Elbow tucked in. And on this round, we did rotations last time. If you want to challenge on this one, go ahead and begin. we'll add a leg lift. So the top leg lifts up and down, kind of engage that outer hip a little bit more on that top leg. Nice. If you're doing this leg lift version, make sure the toes are pointing straight ahead the whole time. I don't want you to rotate through the hip or the thigh as you lift. Nice work. Keeping the bottom hip up, lifting out of that shoulder. And there's our 30. Nice work. Final side. Tuck that shoulder, tuck the elbow. And 3, 2, 1, come on up. Up on that leg lift. Careful out there. Nice job, everyone. Staying focused to this last series of side planks. We're going to come into a child stretch after we finish this. So don't hop up off your mat yet. 10 seconds to go. Eyes nice and neutral. Looking forward. And 2, 1, and rest. Whew. I was feeling that one. All right, child stretch, as we said, toes together, knees divide. Reach the hands straight out. And then gradually lower those hips back, bow the head down. And let's hold this for 3 to 4 breaths. In through the nose. You come out of the stretch a bit, and then as you breathe out, lower your heart towards the floor. Sync it up with your own breathing pattern. Maybe one more breath. And coming on up to hands and knees. Into a few cat-cows next. So spread those fingers nice and wide. As you breathe in, you're going to think angry cat, chin to the chest. Really lift between those shoulder blades. Bow that head down. And a nice gentle exhale. Drawing the shoulders down the spine, lifting the head and neck. Beautiful. Breathing in. And breathing out. Do one more time, and then we're going to make our way into down dog. Let's start to come on up. In our next series, we have some push-ups included. I'm going to be doing these from an elevated position. So if you want to have a chair nearby, making your way into down dog, want to lift those knees off the ground. Start to rock through your torso a little bit, guiding your heart towards your thighs. Try to lengthen the back of those legs. And then we'll get a little pedal of the heels. Fantastic. When you're ready, start to inchworm your way up, walking your feet towards your hands, hands towards your feet, and then we'll slowly come out of that forward fold. Bringing the hands up the legs. Fantastic. All the way up. Go ahead and grab a drink once you come on up to standing. So as I mentioned, we'll have the elevated push-up position. If you feel like you're not quite ready for a push-up, you can also hold the top of a plank and do a little marching and punching to get started, a little bit more blood flow action. And then our second exercise, if you want to have a light weight, we'll be doing a half squat with the front raise. You use a water bottle or like a light dumbbell. All right, friends, 10 seconds. March and punch first. So just have those weights nearby. Have your elevated station for your push-ups nearby. This is our first of 3 rounds. Kind of talk you through it as we go. So march and punch. Good. Nice solid exhale with that punch. Lifting the foot and toes as well. Good. If you want to add a little hop into your step, you can. I'm just going to stick with more of that traditional punch and march though. Excellent. Half squat with that front raise is next. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Light weight if you want. I'm going to show it without weight on this first round. Set those feet just about hip width apart. Draw the stomach in, and then just a half squat. So just about halfway down. Raise the arms up, pushing the hips back, but keep your chest nice and tall. Excellent. Breathing in as you lower, breathing out on the up. And think about really squeeze the tush. I want you to stand all the way up. Good. And back. Fantastic. 1 or 2 more. And head to your push-up station. So on your push-ups, I don't want you to wing your elbows wide. I want you to keep them in as you lower back and down. So one hand underneath each shoulder, draw your stomach in, and then we're going to slowly, when you're ready, bring your chest to your surface or as far down as you're confident, and then pushing away. Try to squeeze the glutes and fire your thighs. So you also keep that lower body engaged. Fantastic. Find your rhythm. Eyes looking neutral, right between the hands. Fantastic. 10 seconds left. I'm gonna come a little closer, see how we're looking. Very strong, Amy. Good, Sharon. Smooth, Diane. Excellent work, Kathy. 2, 1, and everybody rest. All righty, come on up to standing. Last exercise is our skier step. You're gonna step behind your body. We're gonna, and then the opposite hand's gonna reach towards that opposite foot. Coming back to neutral, step behind, and those back and reach on down. Good. Long spine as you reach forward. Make sure that front leg is nice and anchored. So I'm kind of gripping those toes down. If you want to add a balance component to this, the leg that reaches behind, you'll keep it off the ground. Fantastic. Even it out. And 2, 1, and rest. Excellent job. All right, we'll be back to that march and punch here in 10 seconds. You're welcome to take a longer break anytime you need it. 2, 1, and here we go. And a nice solid rhythm. Again, if you want to turn it into more of a punch, or sorry, a skip, or even a running high knees if you're looking for higher heart rate. Otherwise, consistency is key. Beautiful. All right, get ready to transition into that half squat with the front raise. If you want to grab a light weight, go ahead and pick it up. And then you'll set the feet. Hip width apart, just a slight toe out. Draw your stomach in so you don't have that sway back posture. And 2, 1, here we go. Hips back, knees wide. Breathing in on the down, breathing out on the up. Fantastic. We're going to have some fold squats in our last circuit here. But right now, getting a little more pump in those thighs. A little faster turnover. Good. Push those hips back a little bit more, Sharon. Watch you don't shoot your knees forward. So hips back, not knees forward. Last one. That's better. And rest. Excellent. Push-up station. Push-up or front plank hold. You choose what's best for you. Spread those fingers nice and wide for good support for the wrist. And begin. So remember, we're squeezing the glutes, flexing those thighs, and trying to lower your heart all the way to your surface. Elbows drawn back and in. Awesome work. Looking solid. There you go. Good range of motion. 5 seconds. Strong job. And 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good job. Back to our skier steps. Standing tall, arms out wide, stepping behind. You can keep that foot anchored. Make sure you're nice and secure. You know you're ready for the balance. You can go into that, but just meet your body where you are. Don't rush the position. As you stand tall, palms forward, shoulders down out of your ears. Good. Woo. You're working that balance. I find it easier with bare feet and kind of grip the ground a little better. And take a break. Nice job. We'll take 10 seconds and then we'll get into that third and final set. All right, march and punch or skip and punch. Here we go, set 3. Excellent, nice little cross-body punch, but try to keep those hips and knees nice and square. So I don't want the legs to go across the body, just that upper body. Good. The brain a little bit as well. Brain and body, 10 seconds. Good, you can step out of it early if you want to grab your weights and get set for your half squat with front raise. Feet about hip width apart. Stomach drawn in to have that neutral low back. And when you're ready, here we go. Back and up. Smooth, good. Looks great, Amy. Moving well, Kathy. Nice work, Diane. Woo! Doing better, Sharon. Yep. Hips back. Don't let those knees sink forward now. Less than 10 seconds, friends. Getting ready for that push up next. One more squat. And transition. Good. Push up station. When you get there, go ahead and begin. 30 seconds starts now. And those elbows in, leading with your heart forward. Sometimes people will protrude their head and neck forward. So think neutral head, moving through the chest and torso. Excellent, 10 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1, and coming on up. All right, just a skier step to finish the circuit. And then we'll have a little stretch break. When you're ready, standing tall, 1 foot behind, reaching. You feel ready to go right into that balance work. Fantastic. It's definitely a greater challenge to practice your balance under fatigue. In our basics class, we focus more on balance when we're not as tired, not as dynamic as this. You all are at that intermediate level. Focus on that good control. All right, even yourself outside to side and take a rest. Nice job. If we're in the bands, go ahead and let the air out. You can take them off all the way or leave them on, your preference. Let's grab a drink. And then we're gonna do a little bit of stretching. Our next series has some sumo deadlifts, some full range squats, and some dumbbell rows. So we're gonna stretch out our quads first. You either stand near a wall or have a chair nearby to help with your balance as needed. Just make it a little bit more of a challenge, drawing everything up and in, squeeze those shoulders back, coming onto that single leg. And we're looking to pull the heel towards the glute without overarching the spine. So ribs down, drawing the shoulder back. Good. Let's stay nice and tall on this one. Sometimes we do a forward reach. Go ahead and release that foot when you're ready. In between sides, let's circle through those hips. Wonderful. 5 to 10 circles in one direction. And then when you feel ready, go ahead and start to transition that second direction. Good. Loosen that up. And then stretching out that second thigh or quad. Anchor the foot down, lift it all up and in, squeeze those shoulders back. Help that balance. Good. We're going to have 3 rounds on this last circuit as well. If you have multiple sets of weights, the goal would be to get a little heavier each round as you feel confident. About 10 more seconds on this quad stretch. And 2, 1, go ahead and shake it out. All right, last one before we start to get into it. Wide base stance, our behind the back stretch. So feet, walk them well outside those hips, anchor down, midline in so we don't go into that sway back posture, interlace those hands. And now push the hips back as you bring the chest forward and draw those arms right up and over the torso. Good. Breathe now, use your breath, expanding through your rib cage. And then when you're ready, push those legs, come on back to the top. Fantastic. All right, getting ready for some deadlifts. If you don't feel ready to jump into those deadlifts, you can work the good mornings. We did good mornings on Monday. That's that top half of that deadlift. All right, but this being that intermediate class, most of you are fairly comfortable with that deadlift position. And sumo means we're going to hold the weight right between the legs. So go ahead and bring over the weight you're going to use on set one. Set it down right between the feet. Then we're going to come standing over top. Draw that belly in, ribs down. Long spine as you come into position. Now we're going to be working for 30 seconds here. 2, 1, when you're ready. Pushing through the feet. Squeeze the push to the top. Excellent. And depending upon your range of motion, if it's hard for you to touch your toes, or if you feel any tension in your low back as you lower down, you don't have to go all the way to the floor. You can kind of hover at mid-shin and then bring it up from there. At the top, stacking those shoulders right over the hips. Squeeze the tush. Make sure we aren't leaning back. 1 or 2 more. And 2, 1, take a pause. Excellent. Squatting next. This time focusing on our depth, getting all the way down. If you want to hold weight to start, right up underneath the chin. So set the feet, eyes forward, and then when you're ready, pushing the knees out, bringing those hips down as far as you can without sacrificing your spinal position, meaning I don't want those hips to curl under you in the bottom. Call it a little butt wink. It just means that you kind of lose that engagement through the spine. It's not an ideal position. It's not one of those things that typically immediately causes problems, just not what we want to do repetitively over time. Good. Nice job, folks. Final time and transition. Good. Dumbbell row is next. Start in your left arm, which means you're going to step your left foot back, right foot forward. You can either have your hand on your thigh or come on down to the forearm. Good. From here, you're just going to row straight up and in. 2, 1. Here we go. Once you know the movement, eyes neutral, looking forward at that front foot. And as always, keep that breathing going. Breathing out on the up. Forward down on the. This is a really good exercise for our upper body posture. Help set those shoulders back. Avoid that rounded shoulder position. Nice. And switching sides. Stand it up, spin it around. Now left foot forward, right foot back. Stomach drawn in. And begin. Really nice. Great. You can add a little pause at the top if you'd like, or faster repetitions, whatever feels best for your body. Different benefits for all of it. Good. 5 seconds left. 2, 1, and rest. Nice job. Grab a drink of water. We'll take about 20 seconds, and then we'll be back to the deadlifts. Second of 3 rounds. So if you have a little heavier weight that you want to use, you can get a little bit heavier weight for this next round, or stick with what you've been using. All right, bring that weight right between the feet. 3, 2, 1, and begin. Neutral spine. Oh, Amy, we're on deadlifts, not squats. Yeah, there you go. And really key, make sure that we don't let the weight swing out away from us. So you want to keep it right between the legs. You should feel your upper body engaged to hold it close. You're using those big muscles of your back called your simply squeezing those shoulders back and down, keeping your arms close to your body. Your lats are doing that for you, as well as other ones, but those are your primary movers. Final time and rest. Good. Now the squats. So we showed one weight underneath the chin. You can also hold one weight in each hand up at the shoulders. Set the feet, and here we go. If you're not getting all the way down, I would encourage you to stay unweighted and focus on that range of motion. So squats really help us to stay mobile. When you can squat all the way down and up, it helps you to be able to get on and off the ground easier, have that wider range of strength. Also keeps your hips, knees, ankles, low back all nice and healthy. Our body needs that full range movements. Good. Last one, friends. Getting ready for your dumbbell rows. Left arm first. Stagger the feet, left foot back. Stomach drawn in. 2, 1, and begin. Eyes forward. Awesome. Check in with your head and neck position. Sometimes we start to lose that head forward. So think about retracting it back and in. Chin drawn in. Engage those smaller muscles in the front of the neck. Good, almost there. 2, 1, and switch it up. Swing yourself around, same thing other side. Ready, and begin. That breathing rate going. Nice and cyclical. Exhale on the up, inhale on the down. Try to breathe through the nose as much as you can, especially on that inhale. Excellent job. 5 seconds. 2, 1, and everybody rest. Excellent. We'll take a full 30 seconds or more. If you want to do a little side stretch flow, one hand overhead, other arm reaches under. Good. You can peer up to that hand reaching overhead. Always like to stretch out that side body. It helps keep that lower back loose as well because it's all interconnected. All right. 10 seconds and we'll begin that third and final round. Weights right between the legs. Midline neutral. 2, 1, and begin. Long spine. Good. Squeeze that tush. Waking up the back of the body as you stand all the way up. Good. There you go. Nice, Sharon. Long spine. Looks great, Amy. Perfect, Diane. Yep, just keep your body moving, shaking it out. Excellent head and neck position as well, Kathy. Chin in as you bow down. Eyes up as we stand tall. Wonderful. Almost there. 2, 1, and rest. Getting ready for our final squats. As heavy as you're confident, with that full range, and not going to lose that posture of the chest as you stand. Ready, here we go. Keeping your eyes up and forward on this one now. There you go, good fix, Amy. Breathing in, breathing out through the tough part. So as you drive down through those legs, breathe through it. Wonderful. Woo, almost there. Good, maybe one more. And rest. Dumbbell row, left arm. Stagger the feet, left foot back. 2, 1, and row. Breathe. Shoulder down out of the ear, think long neck. And try to imagine you're trying to squeeze that lower part of your scapula, your shoulder blade, in towards that spine. Wonderful. There you go, 5 seconds. And take the rest. Good job. Switch it up. Woo! Got some good humidity here this morning. Draw that stomach in. Lengthen it out in 2, 1. Final weightlifting piece, friends. And then we'll finish with our cool down stretch. Grateful for the rain here in Arizona. I've had a lot of rain the last few days, both down in Phoenix. Now we're up in Payson. The desert is happy, nice and green out there. Good job, almost there. 5 seconds left. 2, 1, and we're all done. Woo! All right, stand it up, shake it out. Let's grab some water. We'll get ready for that cool down. Nice. All righty. Let's kind of work our way into this. Loosen up that lower back, set your feet about hip width apart. We're going to start with our little tree branch arms here, just flowing in the wind, like a happy little willow tree. Try to turn the head and neck as well, as long as it doesn't make you feel dizzy at all. And then when you're ready, start to give a little bend to those elbows. Let the hands tap against the front of the torso and the back of the torso, trying to sync it up with your exhalation. It's a fantastic exercise to do if you've been kind of stagnant at your desk or watching a program, if you're reading a book. If you feel a little stiff, get up. Just kind of rotate through your body a little bit. Get some good blood flow. Also helps your spinal fluid to keep moving. All right, friends, go back to those tree branch arms. And we're going to slowly unwind. Very good. Bringing yourself down to a stop. Awesome. All right, tricep side bend from the stagger stance. So left foot forward, we're going to mirror each other. Step your right foot back. You can go ahead and just rock it back onto that heel, but keeping the feet hip width apart. Draw the ribs down as you raise your right arm up. Good, chin in, like you're trying to scratch your back, reaching around. 2 parts this. First, we want to shift those hips forward, making sure this knee doesn't shoot forward. Squeeze the tush to open the hips. And now we're going to stay long through our spine, keeping your eyes up. And I'm just simply bending towards that front leg. Good, draw that chin in. Breathe. Coming out of that side bend a bit. You need to reset the hands. And then once again, chin in, bending to the side. If you'd like to go a little bit deeper, you can rotate that torso like you're trying to peer up past your right elbow, looking up towards the ceiling or sky. Keep tucking that chin in now. Go ahead and unwind and shake it out. Wonderful. In between sides, side step arm swing. Get ready for that second side. Alrighty. So now your left foot's going to step back. Anchor down well through your feet, keeping them hip width apart, ribs in as the left arm reaches up. Bending that elbow. So we get that hip shift first. Keeping the eyes up and forward, long spine, bending towards your right side. Good, make sure you tuck that chin in. Really solid through that front leg. Breathe, unwind. One more time, breathe in, lengthen through the spine, chin in. Go ahead and bend. And then your choice if we want to add that rotation, looking up past your left elbow. As the chin stays in though, glancing with those eyes. And shake it out. Beautiful. Awesome. Back to that side step arm swing. All right. Very nice. From here, we're going to start to make our way back to the ground. So hands on the thighs. Take yourself into a little mini toe touch here. Reaching down for the feet, chin in. Finding your bottom position, and then you can cross the arms over one another, like you're grabbing onto your opposite bicep. With that little bend of the knees, continue to breathe. Try to imagine your head's going to be nice and heavy. Just give some length into your neck, chin in. Let gravity distract your head down. 1 or 2 more breaths. And then when you're ready, we'll start to inchworm our way down to the floor. Nice job. Then we're going to return to that child stretch, but a little bit different variation. So we're going to add the side stretch. So from hands and knees, big toes together, knees divide. Go ahead and walk your hands over to your right side. Take your left hand, reach it straight out, and then square the hips as you rock the hips back towards the heels. Lower your heart towards the floor and then breathe into where you feel that stretch the most. Typically, it's going to be your side body, maybe your left side, this stretch. Good. One more breath here. And then come on up and same thing other side. I'm going to walk those arms to that opposite side. Right hand, how far can you reach? And then lower the head down, square those hips, rocking them back to the heels. Once again, trying to use your breath to help aid your stretch. Fantastic. All right, go ahead and swing around. We're going to come into a seated position. Hips on the ground. Make sure you're sitting right up on your sit bones. All right, so on your sit bones, we're going to extend the one leg straight out, hand on the knee, slide on down, and then reaching up and over. Bye, Amy. Have a great day. Oh, wonderful. So get that side body stretch once again, and it should be gentle. I don't want your leg to be like really shaking here or anything. If it is, just come out of that a little bit. Turn the head, see if you can look up towards the sky. You can pass that arm. And release. Yeah, switch it up. Same thing other way. Up on the sit bones. Hand on the thigh first. We'll stretch it out. And then we'll add that little half moon. Good. Never forcing your stretches. So many times I hear how people dislike stretching. I think they just get too intense with it. I just think if we do it right, it feels really good. Good. If you're not looking up at the hand, peer up at that hand, maybe one more breath, and then go ahead and make your way on out. Wonderful. Last one, seated twist. So start with both legs straight out in front. Let's take your left leg, pick it up, cross it over the right, sit up nice and tall. Depending upon your mobility here, you might just hug the leg in. And then kind of work that hand around. There's lots of variations of a seated twist. So if you have one you prefer, you can go on into it. Typically what I focus on here is now I'm trying to work this elbow onto the thigh, sit as tall as I can, and then we're going to rotate that head and neck as well. Shoulder down to keep that neck long and then peering over that other shoulder. As always, breathe here. Right, Moose? Good. One more breath. And swing it around. Same thing, other side. So you'll extend your left leg. Right foot crosses over. You can start by just hugging it in. If this is pretty intense for you, stay there. If you're able to go deeper and start to work that opposite elbow onto that thigh, crawl the hand around. Long neck, eyes around. So if you try to look over the shoulder with your eyes, it's going to help give a little bit more rotation through the spine. Good. One more breath and release. Fantastic. All right. I'm going to come into like a little crisscross seated position. We'll do a couple of finishing breaths together. And then if you read the email, we're going to stop the recording, but then those of you that are here live, you want to get your headphones out and we're going to do a little neuro aerobics for our brain as well. And I see how that works for us. But first, we're just going to finish it out with some breathing work, palms in front of the heart. Just kind of conclude our session by breathing in, lengthen through the spine as you raise on up. And just relax as you circle through. Good. Great time to just be intentional. Give yourself some blessings, some acknowledgement for showing up today, moving your body. There's always 101 excuses that we can find, whether you're working full time, whether you're retired, there's always reasons not to take care of yourself. But at the end of the day, you got to take care of yourself before you can take care of everybody else. All right, those of you that are here live, go ahead and hang out with me. Those of you on the recording, thanks so much for moving. And I'll see you next time.